What's up there, Metal Summoners? As always, it is so great to see you guys starting off your weekend right here in the middle of the work. Welcome back to your Island Misfit Toys. We got a whole lot of fun things to talk about. We are bringing back alumni of this show, and we're going to find out about everything that they've got going on, everything that is involved with how the year has started off, right on down to how the year is going to shape up leading into the next one. So let's welcome back our friends, our family, and we're also being joined by special guest host this evening as Candy is joining us from a handful of Candy. Candy, it is a pleasure to have you back on the show. And Ryder, we've got the full band joining us this evening. Ryder Band, thank you guys so much. Welcome back to the Metal Summit. We really appreciate you guys giving us some time.
What's up, Jay? Thanks for having us. And you got 3/4 of us.
Yeah, you got 3/4 of us. That's good, though. It's better than no force.
Thanks again for having us.
So what did Meatloaf say? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Well, 3 out of 4
3 out
ain't
of 4.
Yeah.
That's all right, man. No worries. We'll just take it out of his check. Absolutely, man. No worries. It's all good, brother. We're super stoked to find out about everything that's been going on with you guys this year and have another great conversation. Candy, how are you doing this evening?
Fantastic. How are you, Jay?
Doing good. We're doing good. We're super stoked to have you back on the show. Thank you for giving us a little bit of your evening as well.
Anything for you guys, anything for the Ryder boys. I'm here.
Hey, no worries. Absolutely, for sure. How's the back healing up?
All right, off the bat, we got to get into it.
It still hurts like a mother. No, I'm kidding. No, it's healing up quite nicely, actually.
Right on.
For those viewers that don't know, I actually got something permanently done to my body. Yeah, in honor of the Ryder boys. Let me bring up the picture here. I should have already done this. I need to get my shit together here, don't I? So a little backstory. I've known these boys for a while, and some of you might know that I've sort of dealt with quite an ordeal to start out this year, and it just it kind of brought me down to a place where I didn't really want to be. And between the boys and their friendship and the music, I kind of found my safe place. So to say thank you, I did something very special for them, and I had the band logo tattooed on my back.
Yes.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Here it is. I don't know if you guys can see that.
There we go.
Now that's dedication.
That is dedication.
Yes.
And we can never, ever change the name of the band. Ever.
Yeah, it's forever.
No.
Yes, it is.
But as I said, it's my way of saying thank you. You guys are remarkable people, talented as hell. And I just appreciate everything between the friendship, the music. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, of course, absolutely, friends. So let's jump right into everything. So far, we're about, a little more than halfway through with 2025. And, you guys have been grinding. Guys, you were at Morseburgers not that long ago. I got to hang out with you guys at Morseburgers the last time that you guys came through there, probably about like 5 months ago at that time.
Yeah.
But how did that show go? I mean, I saw some of the pictures from that show. It looked awesome. But how have the most recent shows been going?
Shows have been going great. Morseburgers was great. Definitely a lot more crowded this time, which always greatly appreciated. It was a great night. Before the show, shout out to a friend of the band, Mr. Greg Peters, who took us out to dinner right across the street. There's a nice, I forgot the name of the place. I think it's like a little bar type place. And funny enough, that was like the first like real official Maryland crab cake I had ever had.
All right.
And boy, oh boy, was it good.
Nice.
So, yeah. So shout out to Greg Peters. Thank you. And, great dinner beforehand. The show itself was great. And, it was a great time.
Does that mean you didn't roll with your hot dog and beer cheese this time?
No, no hot dog and beer cheese this time. I decided to class it up a little bit.
Okay, we went pinky out for this one.
Yeah.
For sure. As you continue to play the shows throughout this year, coming off of the latest release, how do you continue to watch the record grow as you get to play these songs for more crowds on more of a regular basis? Are there any particular tracks that you guys feel, not necessarily ones that were released as a single, but is there any tracks in particular that you feel are now starting to garner a little bit of legs under them?
Well, I'd say if it was the end, it's in the set, and definitely it's been staying there for a long time. So I think that's one that we didn't release as a single, but we definitely do play.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got your single, you got the singles for the record too, which are always, always pretty well received. One Eye Open, Queen Viper's Kiss, and Southbound. Those are good. Walk the Wire always goes over great. Lately we've been, Up from the Dark, I should mention too. Shout out to our guitar player, Max. That one's been getting into If It Were. Lately we've been adding Menagerie into the set too, which it's a little bit of a juggling act, trying to figure out, how to put an 8-minute song into like a 30-minute or a 40-minute set, but we make it work.
Yeah. No, absolutely, for sure. When it comes to currently plugging the road like you guys have been doing and really just kind of like, putting foot to pavement as you continue to grow the Ryder fan base, how do you guys find time when you start looking into that side of your brain as far as new music goes? Do you find yourselves writing constantly regardless, or do you like to really be road dogs for a certain period of time and then switch your brains over to writing time?
I would say writing is more of a natural thing. If it comes to you, it comes to you. Which I gotta say, right now we're actually in the middle of working on a few new riffs. We've been working for the past few weeks. The bug bit us, and Rod can attest to. Rod has one of his riffs that we're working on as well too. One that Max brought to the table, and Bill over here. I'm sure
Yeah,
Bill
we just
can
start
attest
throwing
to
everything in.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure, man. Bill, bringing it over to you, from your viewpoint when it comes to like getting out and like playing the shows and watching the band thrive. What is it from like your angle and perspective, since you've got that kind of unique aspect to where you get to watch a show from?
I mean, I think on stage we capture a lot of energy in both the music and the stage show. It's very evident from my vantage point. I mean, even if a lot of times I can't even see the crowd, just because of the lights, but you can still feel it with the lights show and the smoke show that Max runs. James working the crowd as a front man definitely is something unique for sure.
Absolutely, for sure. Candy, being that you are our guest this evening, let's kick it over to you and then we'll bring Angel in.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks so much. Well, I guess the biggest thing on my mind, gentlemen, is the upcoming Canadian tour. You guys are just fresh off a couple of dates back in March, and that's where I officially met you guys at the Rock Bubble. How does it feel to not only to come back to Canada, but to support such an act like Chris Holmes? It must feel awesome.
Well, it was quicker than I expected. I didn't expect to be back in Canada so soon, but I'm definitely happy to be going. We're definitely be stoked to open up for Chris. So
yeah, incredibly stoked to be opening for Chris in Canada. It'll be my first time going too, so
I was just gonna say this will be your first time, but what are you looking forward to the most about being up here?
I mean, I've never been to the East Coast of Canada, So it's my first time. And the guys talk about how there's kind of a difference in the crowds in Canada that I'm looking to experience for the first time. So and to meet and open up for Chris, it's going to be an awesome time.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the culture up here, the musical culture, it's so rich up here, and you definitely get a different vibe from the Toronto, especially the Toronto audiences. But
yeah,
no, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Now this story never gets old. I remember hearing you tell this story earlier this year, James. But can you tell us about your very first poutine experience?
Oh my god.
It just never gets old.
Oh my god. All right. Well, to everyone watching, the first time I went to Canada and played Canada was back in January of 2017. My first show ever was at the Rock Pile in Toronto. And my buddy Darcy's band, Devil Grinder, was them and us, and it was like a really, really small bill. Not a lot of people. It was like a Wednesday or a Thursday night or whatever. And, I'm sitting there and I'm talking, and, there's this cute girl that's at the that's at the thing, and we're talking, and she, all of a sudden she just, says to me, she's like, "Oh, you want to try some of my poutine?" And I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck poutine was. So like I immediately, as a red-blooded heterosexual male, equated poutine to poontang. And I'm just like, wow, like I know Canadians are friendly, but god damn. So
That's one hell of a welcoming committee.
yeah, I'm like, that's very, very, very friendly. So, not thinking twice, I'm like, of course, I'd love to try some of your poutine. And she goes to the back, and she comes out with a fucking dish. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it was just, it was disco fries from the look of it. And, look, Rock Pile, I have a lot of love for the Rock Pile. That was the first time I ever had poutine. Is it the best poutine? But it was my first. I'll remember it. I won't shit on it. But
You always
yeah,
remember your first.
yeah,
Yep.
you'll always remember your
You never
first.
complain about your first.
Well, I mean, depending on who you are, but but yeah. So that is the poutine story. That's how I discovered what poutine was.
That is too funny. Like I said, it never gets old. Before I kick it back up to you, Jay, I just have one final question in this segment here. Obviously, in the news lately, we've been hearing a lot about Ozzy, and everybody's sort of remembering him and his legacy. I know you guys always include an Ozzy or Black Sabbath tune in your set. How does that hit now that he has passed? It must hit a bit differently now, right?
Oh, absolutely. The day that it happened, it was surreal, because it's like you knew he was in poor health, but you didn't think it would happen that soon. And just the shock of it. I mean, at the end of the day, even though we're musicians, we're fans first. And it's like, there was a time, not so long ago, more than 10 years ago, like when you sat there and said, when the world comes to an end, there is going to be three things that outlives us all: Ozzy, Lemmy, and Keith Richards. And
We're down to one.
unfortunately, two out of the three are no longer here. It was surreal. It was really surreal.
And playing it live now, I mean, you got to carry the legacy on, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, look, we were playing it well before that, and now absolutely it has a lot more gravitas to it.
For sure. All right, well, thanks for that, guys. Appreciate it. Jay, back to you.
Yeah, no sweat. Yeah, it was actually funny when we had my friend Jake Tripp from the Fifth and Gunshine on the show not that long ago. He we had a fun little segment during the show because I told this to the band live when I went and saw the Fifth play at Reckless Shepherd as part of like the pre party that they did a few months back. They played Shot in the Dark. I believe it was Shot in the Dark. It was either Shot in the Dark or Ultimate Sin. I'm pretty sure it was Shot in the Dark. But the thing is, that's my favorite record regardless anyway. But the thing that was funny is I remember telling him, I was like, guys, that was such a badass Ozzy cover. And just for the record, thank you guys so much for doing an Ozzy cover that was not Crazy Train or Bark at the Moon. Like, I was honestly like so grateful for that. I mean, those songs are great. They rock. They're going to live forever. But just as far as like the average song that gets played as like an Ozzy song, I'm like, you do realize this guy's got like 20 records between two bands of music to like choose from. But it was super awesome. He was playing stuff off the Ultimate Sin. I was like super duper hype when I was watching that. So I let Jake know about that. Yeah, it was pretty, because when it came to like losing Ozzy, the funny thing is, it's just like you said, James, like we all kind of like knew overall what was going on. But I was like, yeah, I was mentally prepared for hearing the news in like November or maybe in like February. I was not prepared for 3 weeks later.
Yeah, it was just that quick.
Yeah.
And you can tell he knew too.
Yeah. Yeah, Megan and I still talk about that like all the time. We're always talking about like, he knew he wanted to go out the way that he wanted to go out. He wanted to make sure that he got that final live performance, and it was really, really cool. Like I wasn't able to see it between like work and stuff. And I mean, that's also, if you're not there live, that's a hell of a commitment to your couch for like an 8 to 10 hour concert.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the various like covers and stuff that have been done. Like I thought that Papa's version of Bark at the Moon was really good. I thought that David Draymond's version of Shot in the Dark was really, really good. I liked Lizzie Hale's Ultimate Sin. But I still feel but honestly, I still think everybody's dicks got knocked in the dirt by fucking Youngblood's cover of Changes. I mean, he just destroyed everybody. And I'll die on the hill for that fight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was definitely good. It was really, really good. Angel, my guy, let's kick it over to you, my friend.
I'm so glad that it was not kicked over to me after the joke about the Wu-Tang.
I'm sorry. I can barely hear you, man.
No. Hold on 1 second. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. This show is brought to you by AT&T.
Yes, AOL. But speaking of that, oh yeah, this is a good question. You got to sacrifice David Lee Roth or Vince Neil.
Oh my God.
Ozzy. Who would you sacrifice?
Vince Neil.
Vince.
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay, can we bring this up? Apparently, there were a couple of bands that I guess Sharon Osbourne has not named that wanted financial gain from that concert, and she basically said, "Nope, bye-bye." Do we know who those bands are?
I don't think publicly, no.
No, I don't think it's been released publicly.
People are really riding the Motley train for that, but I don't buy it, to be honest. I really don't. I really don't think that's in their nature. I really don't think they'd be that stupid.
I mean, I hate to say it and I hate to shit stir here, but they kind of fucked over Mick, so anything's possible.
Yeah, I have
can't
no
argue
idea.
with that point.
So
yeah.
It seems like a move that the crew would do, but I'm not going to blame them or accuse them of it because we don't know. We weren't there, so and nobody's going to say anything officially. But on the other hand, it could be one of the nicest people, one of the people you would least expect.
Yeah.
So,
like potentially somebody who just genuinely didn't know any better.
Yeah. Or desperately needs somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it's funny because I heard Slipknot being thrown around too.
For me, that's actually a little more believable.
Slipknot, really.
I could see Clown being dumb like that. I could see Sean wanting something in the deal. I just could.
Yeah. Well, whoever it is, let's hope to fuck that they don't come out publicly and say it's
Yeah.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely want to ask about with the dynamics of how the band works. How do you guys decide? How do you guys make your band decisions on what songs go on the record? What songs you're going to play live?
It's all equal. You know, we just all four of us decide.
Yep, we just hash it out.
Yeah, everything like that's a collaborative process.
Still with us, Angel? You're not muted, but your vocals are cutting.
Gosh, I sound like Vince Neil now. Okay, now you guys heard me. Damn, I forgot what the hell I said.
Hey, Rod, drink a Red Bull.
Yeah, I know. I could use one.
Oh, I need pussy. That's. Damn it, I forgot. Oh yeah. No, that was not it. I seriously do. I'm not making this up. I do get brain fog. Candy knows because.
Oh man, is there anything in the chat?
I see
Just
Loretta's chiming in. Hi, Loretta. I'm gonna miss you in Canada.
Hi, Loretta.
Hey, Loretta.
Hey, Loretta.
So.
Is there ever like a tiebreaker?
Oh, is there ever? I don't think we've ever needed a tiebreaker.
No, usually the most stubborn wins.
I guess if we ever needed a tiebreaker, just flip a coin.
Yeah.
Yep. And definitely curious to know for like later on in the future, would you guys ever put out like a 10-year anniversary of one of your records with outtakes or alternate tracks or songs that did not make the album?
Putin recipe.
Well, I'll touch base with you in 2035 if we do that with Menagerie.
Definitely.
A 10th anniversary edition.
Yeah. The 10th anniversary edition here. Every outtake.
If we didn't have some outtakes, we'll come up with some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or how does that work with the remastering? I'm just curious because I always hear remastered. When you're remastering, what are you doing? Just curious. That's all because I don't know.
Basically, it's. I mean, I wish Max was on here because Max is more of the
Max
guy
would be the one to tell you all this.
He would be the one to tell you all this. So I'm taking a stab in the dark here, but like remastering is just basically utilizing the current technology that's available to you now. So like if you take a record from 1981, I mean, it's mastered for systems in and around that time period. You know, as audio technology advances, you get different programs, different other stuff, so you have to remaster it. So sometimes the basses are a little, the bass, it can cut through a little bit more or whatever. So it's just keeping up with the times.
Loretta has a question.
Do you have any tracks that got cut?
Well, I would say we had one track that we never officially finished, that we just messed around with the idea. So we working it now, floating it around, kicking it around, and we'll come up. We've already changed a couple things on it. It's going to be better.
Yeah.
So if you don't use it on one record, you use it on another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess because back back then, like back in the 80s and 90s, some bands would write like 20, 30 songs and just kind of bring it down to the best 12. How does that work out with the band with songwriting? Is there ever any songs that you guys are just leave out or just write that?
Menagerie was a little bit different. We just basically started writing. We were originally going to do an acoustic EP, and then one day we just like decided, all right, well, instead of putting out an acoustic EP, why don't we just go for a record? So
yeah, we were halfway there. So
yeah, we were already halfway there. We wrote some new stuff, so then things just started coming naturally, and like things just kind of fell into place and fit. So there wasn't really like the song that Rod was referring to before, was right after we put the final touches on If It Were. Like we had all 10 songs after If It Were at that point. So it's like we were gonna try to work on another one, and we just, I think, collectively just decided, you know what, just leave this one on the back burner. I think we got our record.
Yeah, Menagerie, it's weird. It's like we wrote a record. We sat and we actually wrote just enough for a record.
Yeah.
And then I had an idea. I was like, hey, wait a second. I got an idea. I got this riff. And then we were like, well, should we add it? Maybe we should. And we like, no. It was fine the way it was. So maybe it was just destiny. Maybe it's just 10 perfect songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a good question. Will you re-record any of the older tracks to give them a new sound? For example, Unbound acoustic was very different live than the original.
Never say never, but at the current time right now, not really any plans. The past is the past. I mean, I'm personally grateful for the past and for the other stuff. I wouldn't be here today, and we wouldn't be here today without it. But right now, I think we're just gonna ride the wave with the four of us, me, Max, Rod, and Bill, and just keep developing new songs and just growing from there. I mean, but who knows? Maybe down the line, maybe we might revisit some of the old stuff. But right now, we're just focusing on new.
As far as the acoustic thing, would the band ever do like an acoustic show here and there? Or?
Well, that's what we started with. We actually, when the new lineup got together, we actually did do a few acoustic shows. And they went over pretty well. And it was good because a lot of the material on Menagerie we actually wrote on acoustic.
Yeah.
And then later transformed into electric.
Yeah.
So it's a very different process.
Yeah, I mean, doing future acoustic shows. I know Rod wants to do future acoustic shows because he bought an acoustic bass.
Yeah, so. I mean, I might as well use it.
So yeah, it's not out of the question.
Yeah, because I know that back then MTV had MTV Unplugged, and nobody knew this idea. But I've always been thinking about it would be cool if the Metal Summit did something called the Metal Summit Unplugged.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just make sure you clear the name and Viacom doesn't sue you, because Unplugged, I think, is trademarked.
The really, like, the whole name? Unplugged.
But yeah, the term unplugged, that's why a lot of people outside of the MTV umbrella, like, you can't, like, people outside of that umbrella can't use that term, because otherwise they'll sue you. That's why it's like, acoustic, or they come up, like, we came up with the term bare bones, which I like that term. Max liked that term. Rod, I don't know if you felt any way towards.
No, it's fine. It was a good. It fit what we were doing.
Yeah, it was just like one of those things. But like, believe me, if we could have called it unplugged, we would have. But
yeah, I think everybody would just use that term.
Or
Yeah,
North.
The Metal Summit power outage.
There you go.
There you go.
Power
That
outage.
works. That's the ticket.
Like that one.
There you go.
That
Well, Angel, you're the one who's looking into all of our trademarking right now, bro.
That definitely sells Viagra pills. Power outage. You know, Viagra pills. Power outage.
Yeah. Fuck you, Gene.
Frozen concentrate orange juice.
You for that. Just
Oh man.
oh. Yes,
Everyone,
congratulations.
Oh.
yes, congrats.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Oh no. You will actually I come over to visit. That's when the neighbors are gonna need thoughts and prayers.
Oh, it actually was kind of funny as I noticed some of the the neighbors have all been super cool. Like they really have been. I don't have any complaints. But it was actually funny as I was watching a couple of them watching me a little bit closely as I was because I've got 4 life-size coffins that are bookshelves. And so they see me carrying these coffins just into my house. And I can see them watching. But whatever they had to say, they kept it themselves.
I would have fucked with your neighbors. I would have said, "See, if you think about fucking with me, you're gonna end up on one of those."
I have room. I can fit someone in any of them.
You got to leave one vacant for yourself, Jay, because don't you sleep in a coffin?
Yeah, or upside down. It's whatever I'm kind of feeling on any particular given night.
Yeah, that is a true story. Somebody actually did ask.
They did.
Does Jay sleep upside down? They go to his house because how did they know he sleeps upside down?
I mean, you'd have to put some industrial strength Velcro on a wall in order to get up that way. I mean,
yeah, sure.
So,
Oh
you sleep
my
I know that's a good one.
in Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it in a Batman terms, Angel, it could definitely work that way. I'm not closed off to the potential.
Batman, Bruce Wayne could afford a regular bed. I think he slept horizontal.
And never alone.
Never alone.
Yeah, never.
God.
I was going to say kick it back up to Jay, but Jay's already back up to you.
That's all right. No worries. I'll take it. When it comes to what you're allowed to talk about right now, how are you guys looking to finish out the rest of the year?
Well, as Candy mentioned before, we have the Chris Holmes stuff coming up. We also have a show September 20th at Amityville Music Hall, closer here. We got a few other shows we're planning for October, so we're gonna keep busy. We're gonna do that. We're gonna write. September 12th, we actually have the acoustic version of "If It Were," which is coming out everywhere. So that's that's definitely a really cool version of the song. So yeah.
I had it.
So
yeah, if it was if you haven't heard it, it's gonna sound really good when you listen to the acoustic track. It's definitely different.
There's the promo. Thank you, Candy.
Thank you, Candy.
So, but but we're keeping busy, and Bill's the newest member of the band, so he's we're keeping him busy too.
Yeah, sure. It's been great.
Right on. No, absolutely, man, for sure. Yeah, and overall, talk a little bit about how you got, affiliated, with the band and subsequently joining, Bill.
So I met James at Lucky 13 Saloon in Brooklyn, New York, where he works the doors sometimes. I was playing a show, playing Ozzy covers. and he approached me and asked if I would come down and meet the guys, and I did, and everyone was awesome. It was really cool. And then I came down again and played a couple songs with them, and it's been great ever since. So
Excellent.
Oh no, I'm not ready for that.
No.
No, that can't be a thing. Fill you guys in on that one later. When it comes, so one of the things that was cool with was the run of merch that you guys put out recently, and I couldn't help but notice the ECW related New York F&C. So unfortunately, to start it off as Debbie Downer before we turn it back around into like a positive thing, unfortunately, we did lose the immortal Hulk Hogan as well recently.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. I mean, as a wrestler and as somebody who was absolutely influential to the business, there's never going to be another person like him. He was truly one of a kind, and he was truly groundbreaking. As a person, some other stuff he got involved with, it sucks because it's like, for most people, especially myself, like this was like a childhood hero.
Yeah.
And it's like, you hear and you see certain things like with the whole Gawker thing. It hurts. It really does, but I mean, look, he's a human being. He did what he did, and again, he was influential to the wrestling business, so you can't really, what else can you say? That it's like Babe Ruth, when Babe Ruth passed away. What Babe Ruth was to baseball, Hulk Hogan was to wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That was the whole thing about when I put up a post about him. I'm like, look, when it comes to like, everybody's like justified and entitled to whatever they want to feel about like Terry. Like, no argument here. However you look at the man is however you look at the man. But when it comes to like Hulk Hogan, when it comes to what he did for wrestling and what we have is like wrestling now, it's like, no, you don't get to take that away from him. I mean, we don't have it, without him.
For sure. And look, I'll preface by saying the comments he made were absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But, you can't erase his legacy. You can't do that. So I agree with you.
Yeah. No, 100%. But swinging it back over around to Ryder merch, what made you think to do a ECW inspired T-shirt?
Well, the Queen's shirt was an old design, way back, and we did a redesign of it. And basically, this time around, we made it a double-sided T-shirt, so it's like Ryder on the front, Queen's F in New York on the back. So it's really, we just kind of brought it back to life, and it's been doing pretty well.
Nice.
And an ECW, I mean, I was an ECW fan.
Same.
Back in the day, so it's, it was, and that was always such a cool design too.
Nice. So. Who was did you have an ECW guy?
Oh man. I love the Sandman.
What'd you say, dude?
The Sandman.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Sandman too. He came through my area a few years back, and I got to see him. But I was for me it was all Raven all day.
Oh, dude, his feud with Sandman. I mean, Jesus. So.
Oh yeah, nah, for sure, definitely, man. Candy, let's kick it back up to you. Let's take it away for a bit.
All right. So since we're on the subject of wrestling, I feel like this is a safe place to bring this up. Anyone watch Raw this past Monday?
Yes.
Okay, so we're all aware of those comments that Becky Lynch made about Ozzy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's talk all over the internet. People think it's a work. People think that she's a disgrace. What do you guys? What's your take?
Oh, I think it's a
You
work.
think it's a work?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's heel work.
Yeah.
it's got to
I
pop.
mean, it's got it. It got exactly what you wanted out of it.
Yeah.
Megan and I were talking about that too. Like, I don't have to love it, which I don't for the sheer timing of it, simply because it's still pretty fresh for all of us that are Aussie people. But I'm a long time wrestling guy. I love wrestling. It's cartoons with real people. It's a good time, and I get it. And like, I think it's definitely a work, because the fact of the matter is, like, it's simply about timing. Just like a regular band schedule, like a band tour, these tours and locations are set up so far in advance.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You're not gonna convince me that they decided to sling a Birmingham episode, suddenly onto the schedule, 2 weeks after Ozzy's death. Like,
No.
there's no guarantees to that, because the venue could be booked and stuff like that. So it's doing what heels do best.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wrestling. I mean, and if you think about the comment, I think it was just like, the best thing this town I mean, she put him over.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, like,
You guys hear all of it though?
What was that?
Did you guys hear the whole segment though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if I lived in Birmingham, basically I would die too.
That was the worst. That was the worst one of them all.
That was the part that got everybody, and like I said, people are confused whether or not it was a work or if it was just maybe Becky went over the line. We don't know.
No, but they don't. They don't do anything that's not on script. So that was written.
Seth Rollins would have said that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that aside, of course, I want to bring it back around to you guys. You're all the star of the show here. So you mentioned the single coming out on September the 12th. Will that be the last single featured for Menagerie, or do you have anything else in the works?
I think that's going to end up being the last like acoustic version off of Menagerie. I think we're going to definitely put all of our focus on writing and
I think it's time to start working on new material.
Yep. Yeah.
And for the live shows coming up, are you going to include an acoustic song? Are you going to just keep it all, straight hard rock, or like, what are you thinking?
It's going to be mostly electric. We tried it last time in March when I bought the Ovation, and it just
time to switch over and all the technical. It's just too much for the sets for this time that we're playing.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be too much. So we're going to keep it pretty straightforward and electric.
And between Canada and obviously the US dates, is there a song that's like the most requested song coming from the fans, or is it pretty even throughout?
Yeah. Pretty even.
Cool.
Jay, back to you.
No, absolutely, for sure. So when it comes to, time for writing new music, just like what Rod said, when you guys look strongly into that kind of stuff, how do you look at, what gigs you like to book around that time? Because I know you guys still like to play out as often as you can. When it comes to also dedicating writing time as well as recording time, to put out a new product, do you guys find that you will restrict yourselves to like more like localish gigs with like less travel, outside of like something that's like, just something you really don't want to say no to? Do you try to like, obviously do your best not to burn the candle too far at both ends with excessive travel mixed with when you need that time to like, structure writing?
Um, uh, yes and no. I mean, as far as writing goes, we meet up every week, usually to rehearse. So we do a lot of the stuff, like we come together and jam on a couple of those riffs there, and obviously on our own as well too. As far as gigs, I mean, yeah, maybe we might scale back a little bit on what we're playing to focus a little more, but not really by that much. I mean, a
We're
lot
able
of
to
it's
balance
travel.
everything out.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
find time to do everything.
Nice. So, Rod, being a bass guy myself, what do you play?
I play usually either a Dingwall or a Spectre 5-string with a dark glass cabinet and dark glass head.
Nice.
Yep, love the 5-string. Now that I went to 5-string, I can't play a 4 anymore. I'm just so used to playing a 5.
Oh, really?
I'm like, I'm like, I can feel my hand trying to find that last bottom string. I'm like, God damn it, where is it?
Yeah, I've always been a 4-stringer myself. Like, I mostly like most of the stuff that I play tends to be very like, just 4-string necessary.
Yeah.
So like anytime I'm playing like songs that need like a step down or something like that, it's usually there's only like one, maybe two in a set to where I don't really mind a guitar like changeover.
Well,
But
what happened
so
is we have a lot that's written in drop D, so it's just easier for me to use a 5-string.
100%. It's too many changeovers.
Yeah, that way I only need one bass. I don't have to switch up.
Yeah. No, for sure, absolutely. Do you have like an ideal like bass that you like a gift to yourself if you were able to get it?
Yeah, I have something in mind. I'm waiting for the Spectre to restock. They have the Dimensions with the EMG pickups instead of the Fishmans. I already have one with the Fishman, so I want one with the EMGs.
Oh,
that'll
nice.
be my next purchase.
Oh, right on.
Either that or Dingwall D-Rock, like I was playing in Sweetwater last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you ever have a chance to go to the Sweetwater warehouse, it's the greatest thing in the world.
Oh, nice. You get along
40,000 guitars.
Oh, geez. I go nuts.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Best store on earth.
Dude, you'd have so much fun talking to my buddy CM, who's the bass player for Illusions of Grandeur, because he's been all about his Dingwall bass ever since he got his hands on it.
Yeah, once you get one, you don't want to give it up.
Yeah. No, 100% for sure.
Fine Canadian company.
What's up?
Fine Canadian company.
Oh, there you go. You got to be careful though. Can't be floating the Candy's ego too much.
No, not at all.
You fucker.
No, I always love talking gear. Always love doing rig rundowns. Bill, let's kick it over to you, brother. What do you play?
I mainly use a DW, the new design series acrylic. And then like I don't really have like any brand loyalty when it comes to cymbals. I use Heisty hi-hat, Minel ride, a Minel crash, sometimes a Heisty crash and a Zildjian. Just whatever works really good.
Yeah. Definitely a little bit over the board, but yeah, man, if it gives the right sound when you hit it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure. And James, you always seem to be a pretty solid Les Paul guy.
I love my Les Pauls. I definitely love my Les Pauls. ju- I use other stuff, like I've tried other stuff, and for recording, I'll play other stuff. Live, just a Les Paul is just such a versatile guitar.
Yeah. Have you been in touch in any way with Gibson as a potential situation?
Oh, I fucking wish.
Get that you need like you need that cherry maple finish, like a Ryder color scheme, that's
Man.
Paul for you.
We'll see. Maybe one day.
I know.
Day.
And gentlemen, on that note, I have to cut out.
No worries, Rob. It's all good, brother. We really appreciate you coming on, man.
All right, great. Thanks. Glad that you had us on.
No
All right, Candy. I'll see you tomorrow night.
See ya.
All right, bye.
Yeah. Nah, absolutely. When it comes to like, just like, what was it about like Les Pauls for you, for example? Was it just like the look, the sound, the feel, or just, growing up with bands that played those type of instruments?
Yeah, yes and no. When I first started playing guitar, I had a beginner guitar, a Yamaha Samurai, and beginner guitar, single coil, and my first Les Paul. I worked at a community pool most of the summer, and I saved up my money, and I got a Les Paul Studio. And just the feel of it, the sound of it, it sounded so much better.
Nice.
So I don't know. It's a great sound.
Yeah, man. No, I definitely get it on that. Angel, I'm going to kick it up to you, but also at the same time, I just love this question from Brian, so I'm going to ask it. Does Ryder have a rider?
No. No, we don't have a rider. So you can have brown M&Ms. It's fun.
I love it. Right back to you, Angel.
I was wondering if you can share some stories from your latest tour.
I'm sorry, what was that? Stories from what?
The latest tour.
From the Canadian tour.
Stories from the Canadian tour.
Like customs, going through that.
Oh man.
Well, you guys caught in an ice storm on the second day in Toronto.
Was it? I mean, it was raining. It wasn't really icing too bad. Was it?
Yeah.
Oh. By the time we got to Niagara Falls, it was mostly rain.
Yeah, it was worse the night that you guys played there, the second night. But yeah.
Yeah, it was a little cold the second night, but yeah, no, I mean, it was a long drive. It was definitely a long drive, and as soon as we got into Canada, pulled over to fill up, and there was a Tim Hortons right there, so obviously I had to pick up a few honey crawlers as soon as I got over the border.
You still owe me Timbits.
I'll keep that in mind.
And poutine. We need to go to Smokes.
Well, I mean, we got to see about Smokes because we have New York fries poutine. Not a plug, but.
Oh, well, you haven't tried Smokes yet, bro.
All right. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try some, but
okay, it's on me.
Okay.
That's because the chicken and waffles is on Angel.
I can never get away from that one, can I?
Shit, but yeah, no. As far as the Canada tour goes, no, it's pretty straightforward. Play the shows. It was great. I mean, not really anything not anything debaucherous, really.
How's gas prices?
You guys definitely put on a great show. I was only there for the second night, but what a live performance.
Thank you.
Experience Ryder live on record. It's fantastic, but you got to see it live. Anyone gets a chance to go, gotta go.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Whoa. Okay. I love birthday cake Timbit. Jesus.
They have a new one that came out now. It's blueberry cream filled Timbits.
That's actually pretty interesting.
It is. It's pretty good. I've tried them. They're not bad.
Yeah, nice.
They're always coming out with new stuff.
Cool.
But yeah.
So.
Angel?
That's a good question.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, how does that work?
It's a mix of Monopoly money and real money.
Sometimes it's a cup of maple syrup.
No, we've never gotten paid in maple syrup, thankfully.
God.
So
when you do get paid in like foreign currency, do you have to like take it to a place to transfer it over?
Yes. Usually before we cross the border, there's usually a currency exchange that we usually stop at. So, but I heard that if you're going through Niagara Falls, the best place to stop is the casino because they give you the best conversion rate.
Wow.
So, pro tip.
Well, they do that for a reason.
That's true.
Well, that's because they want you to convert your money into their pockets.
Yeah. Well, just stop in and just be like, can I get this converted to US?
Get paid. Oh my God, Loretta, I love you.
I'm curious to ask this question because in interviewing other bands, you guys come up with, like, does a song title ever pop in your head? And have you ever started a song that way?
Sometimes. Depends. Sometimes when you write, I mean, sometimes you kind of get the idea afterwards. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a while. So I guess it varies from riff to riff.
Have you ever road tested a song that the audience was just not feeling it? Has that ever happened?
Some. I mean, it again, that also varies depending on crowd too. I mean, when it comes to songs and everything else, I'll use the Baskin Robbins analogy. You have so many different flavors. You could like heavy stuff, you could like light stuff, you could like more moderate stuff or whatever. I mean, it's all coming back to the same band. So it's really just pick your flavor, and if it works for you, it works for you.
Question from Brian. What's the weirdest thing you've been busted for by Border Patrol?
Oh, man. Never got busted for anything by Border Patrol, but this is actually a pretty funny border story. We were crossing over I don't know if it was Niagara Falls, or I think it was the Peace Bridge. It was the Peace Bridge. And they pulled us over. This was before this past March. And the car literally reeked of weed. Like, just completely reeked, because, the people traveling with me previously, that's a whole other story. But so that happened. They pull us over. We're sitting outside. We're doing this. We're just waiting for them to do their thing. So they're picking the car apart, and they go in the center console. The center storage area, which is practically the graveyard where you just throw shit and you forget about it. Years previous, we did an interview. It was somewhere out on Long Island. It was it was a rock show, but it was by a fetish couple or whatever and stuff. And so they gave us free stuff, and it was little packets of lube. And as the Border Patrol was searching through the thing, they're pulling out these packets of lube from the center console. And you heard one of them just start cracking up and just start laughing. And it just I'm like, what's so funny? I walk over, it's strewn out all over. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh shit, I remember that interview. So yeah.
Oh, shit. That's a good one.
So clean your cars, ladies and gentlemen. Clean your cars.
Dude, I drive Uber, and on a Sunday morning, my car reeked of alcohol, and I just sprayed Lysol all over.
Oh.
Yeah, no, dude, you're gonna need some Ozium for that, dude. I'll get rid of it real quick. See, Lysol kills bacteria. It doesn't really it doesn't really mask odors.
Yeah, that is true. But
Enough lube, you can just create your own odors there, James.
Yeah.
Ryder invented that. No, I make no such. We make no such claim to that. No, that's leave that to Diddy. That's his thing. That's not my thing, or our thing.
Lord Almighty, Jesus Christ.
That's hilarious. I'm going to jump in real quick. Bill, I want to bring you back in a little bit, man. Talk a little bit about your influences and how you got involved in drumming.
I got involved, started playing when I was 14 or 15. My dad played when he was a kid, so he had an old set. I started playing on that. I just kind of go from there. My main influence are guys like John Bonham and Jim Porcaro. Just really heavy, groove-oriented, tight guys. Well-written out fills. I don't know. Just my favorite. I also really like Randy Castillo, who played on the Ultimate Sin album we were talking about earlier. Just guys like that,
Yeah.
All right, on man. No, that's awesome, man, for sure. When you got involved with the Aussie band that you were doing, when you met James, what were some of the favorite songs that you really like playing?
My favorite song to play is Ultimate Sin or Shot in the Dark.
Yeah, still the right answers.
Yeah. I don't know. Our old singer, there was certain limitations he had, so we could never play Over the Mountain, but I always really liked that one. Yeah. I mean, there's kind of some staples we always do, like War Pigs and Paranoid and Children of the Grave. And you gotta always play Crazy Train and Bark of the Moon.
Yeah.
But they're not bad, but they're not my favorites, obviously.
Sure. No, absolutely. I definitely get it. Metal Summoners, I'm going to let you guys know, though, that Ryder has been more than gracious with their time this evening. We don't want to eat up all of it. We're going to rock out with them for a little bit longer, but it is going to be last call for alcohol there, fans. Any final questions, comments, anything you want to ask about what they're doing right now? and what they've got coming up for 2026 before we get into it is definitely this year opportunity to get those comments in, because we will always clear the board. So last call for alcohol there, fans, when it comes to anything you want to ask the band. Candy, let's kick it up to you.
Well, I don't really have further questions. I want to save it all because I'm about to actually interview these guys myself for a handful of candy. So I don't want to spoil it for you guys or for my audience either, but I'm really looking forward to it. Tomorrow night, we will be pre-recording an interview, me and James and Max, and also Bill and Rod. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's if Max shows up.
Guys, what's that?
That's if Max shows up.
Oh, Max will be there. Max will be there.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and thank you guys for trusting me and taking the time. I really appreciate it. Also want to announce for my show coming up in the next few weeks, there will be an Instagram page coming. So stay tuned for that. Yep, really looking forward to that. You got to branch out. You got to do some promotion, right? And speaking of promotion, we got to get the shout out to JoJo. I'm sure she's watching over in Nova Scotia right now. We're going to get the Canadian chapter back up and running for Ryder, and show all the Canadian fans what some good music is all about. So looking forward to that. And again, above all else, James, Bill, and Max, and Rod, if you're watching, again, I adore you guys. I treasure you guys so much, and I really appreciate the friendship and the music. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this leads you guys in the future. I'm so proud of everything that has come your way so far, and I want to see what's next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And of course, my Metal Summit boys, dude. Like we go way back.
Yeah.
Way back. And I
Ride or die.
Exactly. Ride or die. Exactly. That's what it's all about.
No, absolutely. No, always a pleasure. No, super always a pleasure for sure. Angel, then let's kick it over to you real quick there, my friend. Anything final from the fans? Anything that you want to discuss? And then I'll bring it back to myself and wrap it up with with the guys and everyone.
What album or musician made you want to become a musician yourself?
God. Raksha Lemmy, hands down. Motorhead, I mean, Motorhead was iconic. You know, they Lemmy purely embodied the spirit of rock and roll.
Nice. How about yourself there, Bill?
For me, it was probably Jeff Beccaro. Either like the guys I mentioned earlier, Jeff Beccaro or John Bonham. Those two guys, just the conversation, just heavy, tight groove drumming. You know, when I got into them, it was like, this is what I wanted to do, you know?
Nice.
Bill, I'm just curious to ask, have you ever played Mr. Tinker Train on your Ozzy tribute band?
No, we've never played it together. I've worked on it and learned it in the hopes that we would play it, but no, we have not.
That was my favorite work on
It's a great song.
Yeah,
Probably, No More Tears is probably my second favorite album.
Yeah, I love the intro, and with the drums.
Yeah.
And I miss Randy Castillo. I wish he was still around.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite drummer that played with Ozzy.
Nice.
It's funny. I used to hit the hi-hat, not the hi-hat. I used to hit the cymbals the same way he would in the Mr. Tinker Train video, which was always funny.
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
Jay, back to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What can you tell us, for 2026? Ultimately, what would you like to see, Ryder achieve closing out this year and going into 2026?
Play shows, have fun, connect with more people. we'll see what the future brings, but it's looking pretty damn good.
Nice.
Yeah, all those things basically. Have a good Canadian tour.
Yeah, absolutely. What just because it's Chris Holmes, do you go? What are your guys' favorite songs from Wasp?
Oh, the entire first record.
Yeah, that's actually a really good answer.
The entire first record. Maybe one or two songs off The Last Command, and their cover of "I Don't Need No Doctor"
Nice.
from the third record.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
I'm a big fan of "Scream Until You Like It" from Ghoulies 2.
Nice.
Probably my favorite. But my favorite like Wasp songs, like specifically, are probably like I love Wild Child. But I'm also a really big fan of Harder Faster. I think that song is like really underrated, and I really wish that they would go back to playing it more. But I always love that one. I love Ball Crusher because I just think that song's also hilarious. If you've really listened to the lyrics closely, it's so funny.
Hey Jay, I got a question for you.
I got an answer.
What was Tipper Gore's favorite song from Wasp?
Fuck Like a Beast.
Oh, I got a funny story about that song.
All right, go ahead.
So the radio station that I work for, shameless plug, Montco Radio. So what we do oftentimes in the evenings and on weekends is we have a cart full of songs that cater to whatever show. So sometimes we have like a metal show, or we have like a country theme show, or rock or whatever. Like there's always a theme going on, but there's always random songs that get played on the weekends. Well, the powers that be are not in the college on weekends, but we do have a lot of listeners, especially on Saturday night. And I remember one night, I forget the theme of the show, but we have a censored radio station. It's a family show. So we have to be careful what we say and what we play. Well, this one night they played Fuck Like a Beast, and it was being played over the PA system in the college.
The name of that show
Not
was
even
called,
kidding.
the name of that show was called Lube It Up.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
Yeah. It was a funny moment for sure.
I'm gonna kick it back to you, Angel, for this question from Lisa.
I think we lost Angel.
Yeah, no, it's because I had to do that on purpose because he was so grateful to not have the segment steered to him off the earlier conversation that we had about James's first experience. So I kind of couldn't help myself. What do you like the most about touring, and what venue do you want to play more than others? Play at more than others?
Oh, what do I like about touring? Traveling, just going to new places, meeting new people, just exploring new areas that you normally wouldn't go to, really. Any venue I want to play more than others, I just want to play in general. If I had to pick a dream venue, I mean, as a born and bred New Yorker, I mean, how can you not say Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, sure.
So, close second would be Yankee Stadium, or Citi Field. Citi Field's nice too. That'd be nice.
I'd have loved to see you guys play CBGB if it was still alive.
I mean, you have to clear the clothes out of the John Varro's or Vardo's, whatever clothing store they got over there. But
yeah, no, for sure. Or even L'Amour's if it was still a thing.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Yeah.
How about yourself, Bill? Are there any venues? I know you're new with Ryder, but are there any just venues in general that you like playing? And what do you like about touring?
Touring, just getting to travel, see like other like new to you local rock scenes is a lot of fun. I guess I would say Madison Square Garden too, but I don't really have like a dream specific venue like that.
Right on, man, for sure. I mean, James, Bill, and then of course Rod because he was with us as well, and Max because we love him. We can't appreciate you guys enough for giving us a little bit of time out of your evening to talk about what's going on currently with Ryder and how everything's been building and your thoughts on new music and all of that kind of stuff. And as you always know, when it comes to myself and Angel, is that like what matters the most to us is that you enjoyed yourselves and felt respect, and that you felt in any way, shape, or form that this interview could benefit Ryder's continued success.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for having. Thank you so much for having us. It was really awesome. And how many is this now? This is number 4, right?
I think so. I think for you it's 4. Yeah. So I think you've taken the mantle for our repeat guests. I think I want to say DK from Kickin' Valentina might be nipping at your heels, but I do think you're flying solo as far as the most appearances right now.
All right. Well, we'll have to do this again just to build the lead.
Yeah, man, protect your title. We can get you like a belt. We can get you like a championship belt.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'll bring it out on stage next time we play in Baltimore or Morseburgers, just hanging over my shoulder.
Right on, man. Absolutely. And Candy, of course, thank you for giving us a little bit of your evening as well to hang out with us.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. No, it's absolutely.
Hey, listen, take credit for this, because that's how I met James and the boys, was through you guys.
Oh,
yes.
Well, I mean, bad influences come in all kinds of different ways. Absolutely. Before we officially let you guys go, Bill and James, and then of course Candy as well. Let everybody know where you guys can be found.
You can go on Facebook.com/RyderBandNY, and that is Ryder with a Y, not an I. Instagram at Ryder_NY. Ryder Band on YouTube. Check out Ryder Menagerie on Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere that you do music. If you want to buy official Ryder merch, go on www.ryderbandshop.com and get your official Ryder merch.
Candy, where can you be found?
So the two main ones, or soon-to-be main ones, are Facebook.com. All of my stuff is sort of joined in with my personal profile for A Handful of Candy. So you can follow me at Candy Burton on Facebook and also on Instagram. And as I said, in another maybe 2-3 weeks, there will be an Instagram page specifically for A Handful of Candy. So stay tuned for that. And of course, ModcoRadio.com, where music and minds meet. You can find me there too.
There you go. Absolutely. Actually, the one thing that was also kind of funny about the story that you told earlier about the Wasp song made me laugh too, because the first time I ever did an interview on your show is that you had to like warn me because you know how I talk, and you were like, just so this is a family friendly show, so you have to be very gentle. And I think I still let something come out. I don't even remember what it was. And you were like, don't worry about it. It's a recorded show. I can just bleep that out.
That was a hard
well, thanks for the heads up. So we know for tomorrow. So we got to watch our fucking mouths.
Exactly.
Get it out of your system now.
Yeah, man. Just get it out of your system. I just don't understand what's up with all of this fucking swearing all the time. Like,
yeah, fuck, man. Fuck, bud.
Oh God, that accent gets me every damn time. Jesus.
Oh, darn, what you fucking tooting over there, bud?
Yes, that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that one.
Oh, I don't understand what the fuck this is always all about. I mean, come on.
Oh,
you guys are.
I got a question for Candy.
Okay, Angel's got one more for you, Candy.
What you're trying to say is that on Monco Radio, you cannot say cock, fuck, pussy, none of those words?
Shit, piss, fuck, cut, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits. There we go. I said it.
Yes.
You can't say any of that shit.
Rest in peace, George Carlin.
Absolutely.
100%.
No, absolutely. Metal Summoners, thank you guys so much. You guys kick ass as always. Great interaction. Thank you for showing so much love to the Ryder guys. Thank you so much for showing the love to Candy, and of course supporting myself and Angel as well. Make sure that you guys are checking out all of our socials as well. Make sure that you're following the Metal Summon and subscribing to both the Facebook and the YouTube page. Those are the most valuable. That's where you're watching the interview right now, and that's where you guys have been interacting. But also, if you like what the Metal Summit does and you want to be the first person or people who are in the know, please make sure that you guys are following the Instagram page, because that's actually where our guest announcements and all of our announcements come out first and foremost. So it's always an important page for you guys to check out. But you can follow Angel at Angel Alamo 78 on Instagram. You can also find him on Facebook as well. You can find me on Instagram under Salem.vampire, but you can also find me on Salem Vampire on Facebook as well. We really, really appreciate you guys, as always, rocking out. We're looking forward to hanging out with you guys again in a week. We got some great, cool announcements and also some unique shows that we have coming up that are going to be on different days of the week. So we've got some very, very cool announcements that are going to be coming up for you guys. And we really, really appreciate it. We also want to give some shout out and some congratulations, of course, to our good friends in Devil in Disguise, who recently had their EP release party. So, all of the guys in Devil in Disguise, we love you guys to death, and congratulations on that. But we will see you guys next week, and we will do our guest announcements over the weekend. We'll get everything confirmed, and we look forward to having another great show with you guys next week. On behalf of Ryder, on behalf of Candy, and of course, on behalf of myself, our Angel, and of course, our beloved Psycho Steve. You can make sure you can follow him also at PsychoStevePresents.com or The Real Psycho Steve on Instagram. But we will see you guys later. Guest announcement over the weekend, and we'll see you guys in a week. Be good. On behalf of Ryder, Candy, myself, and Angel, take care, be good to each other, and have yourself a great rest of your week. As always, you've been watching the Metal